Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where and when you are watching us from. My name is Mutazi wa Shirawanyaga, Mujiro wa Baria Karigizi, na gwehoka kubangongo sio viliesiumaga huho, murizayo, zayo. Ali, it is a beautiful day, despite the fact that we have so many meet around the 13th or the Friday the 13th. You know, today is Friday the 13th. So the 13th day of the first month of the year 2023. Have you heard about the superstitious beliefs on Friday the 13th, Ali? And even before you go on, Happy New Year. It's good to see you here once again. And also to welcome people back to Still the
Compliments,
Continent this year
compliments of
2023.
the new season, buddy. Compliments. Yela wanesu, yela wana Africa. Kia na mushimanya limpopo mushimanya to tabing. Kero ngakaro hauja kabo zungwanesu. Kamona ngwaka ibinero hauza kako shabara kya chimuna dala. Kya uja ngwana papa kero homonate fela. December jile hamonate kere bana bakila ba utama kwengele makarapa. Kero holomonate fela ngwana papa kya ubutsa. December jile butsi fela. Kena mushimanya no tabenza limpopo. A boy coming from the mountains of Limpopo. I'm telling you, you can see me. The black color
Yeah.
is not there, which means we're in December. January is 13 now. I'm telling you, the skin is going to get darker and darker.
Yeah, Ali, it is really nice to see you once again this year, 2023. I'm really glad to see you. I was talking about, do you know about the superstitions behind, Friday the 13th? Have you ever heard about it? People say it's a bad day when it's Friday the
I
13th. It's not
haven't.
really a good day.
I haven't heard about it.
Now that's your assignment. That will be your first assignment this year. Go and do some research on it. However, early today, we are very glad that we are back here for the first State of the Continent this year. We are glad, and we want to keep on asking our people to keep on sharing, keep on subscribing, keep on commenting. We are here for you to keep you updated in what is happening in your continent, the continent of Africa. Ali, today I want to kick it off from Ghana. I read an article today that Ghanaians are turning clothing waste into artworks. You see, those clothing waste that you throw away or pieces of clothes that you throw away, they are turning them into artworks. And I think this is a good way, not only to recycle things to avoid pollution and so on and so forth, but even in the field of art. I think this is quite interesting that you can come up with an artwork from fabrics that have been thrown away and it becomes also fashionable. That is what I'm getting from Ghana. What about you, Ali?
Quite interesting facts that are coming from Ghana there. Quite interesting. I just want to see I just want to see the final product there. Nothing much coming from this side of South Africa. It's very tight this side, my brother. As you know, we are supposed to start the broadcast some time ago. The power utility, it's actually costing us a lot of time and a lot of businesses. The power producing company called Eskom this side of South Africa have been granted to increase the electricity around 18%. I'm telling you, from actually around April, May this year, electricity is going to be expensive this side of South Africa. And also, what we are picking up from the ground is that South Africa is actually facing a serious problem of producing electricity, where now power can go off during the day for about 8 hours, 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the evening, or 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening. So a lot of people are complaining because even some of the politicians are saying that there is no need to increase electricity, because the moment you increase electricity, you are actually funding corruption, because we know that within that state company, there is a lot of money that have been stolen. So now when you increase the electricity, which means you are actually giving more money to the corrupt people. So a lot of investors are quite angry, and I'm seeing the investor confidence this side of South Africa, it's actually going down. Most of the investors are saying that sort out your problem, South Africa, because if there is no peace in South Africa, there is no peace in Africa.
Yeah, it's a sad thing to be in, especially for such kind of a country, South Africa. Because I want to move on to the next story. From my end here, I've been reading also an article that talks about the 10 most powerful passports in Africa. And obviously South Africa is in this list. And when I hear that you guys have problems like load shedding, it is high time. It is high time the South African people, rise to the occasion and deal with this menace for once. Now, I'm talking about passports. There's some interesting research that have been done by the Henley and Partners Agency, which they released their annual report of the most powerful passports on January the 10th this year, based on IATA data. And in a ranking that is still dominated by an Asian country, Japan was number one in the whole world. Singapore and South Korea, they followed in very close. However, I'm more interested in the African countries. We see Seychelles or Seychelles, depending on how you want to pronounce it, coming in as number 29 in the list in the whole world, and that is the first African country, number 29 rather, with 153 points, and then followed with Mauritius, number 34 in the whole world with 146 points, which can claim to have the most powerful African passports. You see, now we are talking about Seychelles, which is number 20, despite the fact that it's number one in the whole continent. It's number 29 in the whole world, followed by Mauritius. Then from there we go down to number 53, which is the 53rd position. Find the next country on the black continent. Ali, can you guess which country that is? Number 53 in the whole world. You're muted.
I wonder which country is that.
It is your very own South Africa coming. Your very own South Africa is coming in as number 53, and that is number 3 in the whole continent, but 53rd in the whole world. The most industrialized country in Africa is thus ahead of its neighbor, that is Botswana, which is also in number 63. And we follow, we have the likes of Namibia ranking number 67, Lesotho number 69, and Eswatini 71st, then followed by countries from East Africa like Malawi coming in number 72, and our very own Kenya at the 73rd position, and Tanzania at the 74th position. And we also see the likes of Zambian passports at the 75th place, which is, Ali, I think it's a sad state also, because we are talking about a continent where the most powerful passport is number 29 in the whole world, and especially the Black Africa, because sometimes we want to talk about Black Africa. You see South Africa being number 1 in Black Africa, and it is the 53rd position in the whole world. I think we can do better, and I don't like that, but it is what it is. Ali, what's happening also on your side?
Indeed, we actually have to make sure that we improve and we move to the next level. Now, look, my brother, looking at the year as we are beginning the year this side of South Africa, I am telling you, my brother, good news are on the cut. As the economists are predicting that starting from February, it looks like the diesel and also the petrol price is going to drop in February, which is quite good. And I'm quite sure that it's going to remove the burden coming from the small businesses, because most of the small businesses are feeling the pinch, man, because of the load shedding. Imagine when you know that you have to wake up by 3 o'clock in the morning, but you're going to work at 7. Reason being is that there will be power cut, so you cannot survive. Now you need to make sure that you need to wake up by 3 o'clock so that you can maintain that. So it's not working. Imagine when you wake up by 2 o'clock to iron your clothes. Load shedding. And when I tell you that there is load shedding, you're like, oh my word. It's very bad.
Oh, that's so sad, because now it will even decrease the level of output of workers there, because if you have to wake up at 3 a.m. and you're going to work at 7 a.m., that will reduce your output, because I don't think you're resting quite well. However, Ali, also, I am also from the world of sports, football, rugby, Moroccan people, or the Moroccan government, or the, whatever you want to call them, they have confirmed that they are participating in CHAN competition, FIFA Best Players nominee. But what do I mean by this? You see, Morocco is supposed to be participating in CHAN, CHAN, which is the African National Championships, a tournament reserved for local players, which begins this Friday in Algeria. So Algeria and Morocco, they were not in good terms. Therefore, they had this discussion whether, Moroccans are going to be allowed in the airspace of Algeria. However, the Atlas Lions, who are the 2-time defending champions, had initially threatened not to participate in the tournament, citing Algerian authorities refused to allow the Moroccan plane to enter the country amid a political crisis over the Western Sahara issue. So it was a something that was going on. However, we are glad to report that they are going to be there. The Atlas Lions are going to be there in Algeria to participate in this competition. I think that's a good thing and something that it is worth to celebrate, because we want peace in this Africa, both in the Saharan Africa and in the Sub-Saharan Africa. Ali, from my end, nothing much. That is what I had for our viewers today. Nothing much.
Same here from my brother coming live from the mountains of Limpopo. Limpopo. Nothing much from my end, my brother. It's a good start.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you very much for coming in. Want to appreciate everybody who will be watching this video later, and also to keep on reminding them to keep on subscribing, sharing, and commenting, and tell everybody to tell a friend that African Corner is back. The state of the continent is back. Very glad to see you. We wish you a wonderful weekend. See you next time.